and welcome back to the Hello Goddess podcast. I am Mandy DeGrace. I am a Reiki practitioner and a spiritual seeker. And today I have two special guests, my beautiful, amazing friends, Amélie and Isabelle.
Hi!
Hello!
Hi!
So we just recorded a different podcast. They have their own podcast called Manifest ta happiness, which is in French. And if you understand French, I highly recommend you check it out on either Apple Podcasts or Spotify. So I just want to start by introducing you guys. So maybe tell the listeners a little bit about you guys.
Okay, well, I'll go first. My name is Amélie. I am working in the accounting financial industry, and I have a passion for beauty. And I also have a huge passion for spirituality, the universe, and everything that has to do with it. I love the fact that me and my friend Isabelle have a podcast so we can share our ideas with everybody and kind of expand our consciousness with it and meet new people. So that's who I am, and I love learning new things about different subjects that we don't normally would be interested in. So I'm a little of a weirdo, but I embrace it.
We're all weirdos, don't worry.
In our own way.
Yeah, it's good to be weird.
All right, so my name is Isabelle. I have a passion for beauty too. I'm an esthetician since last year. I just switched career. I was a graphic designer before. I also do photography. And I have a passion for everything spiritual and universe too. And it's very interesting to talk about it on a podcast.
As you can see, they're very intelligent and creative. I'm very blessed to have met them. So the way we met is they were both my clients for Reiki. And instantly we connected, we became friends, and I'm so happy that we're friends now.
It's like it was meant to be.
It really was. I think we designed it before birth.
Yeah,
that's what we were saying earlier. We probably chose that we would meet at a certain time and create something for you guys.
Because I know a lot of people that do Reiki, but for some reason I had to go see Mandy. I could not go see anybody else. It had to be her. I was following her for a while on social media before, for a couple of years actually. And when I saw she was doing Reiki, I was so interested of going to see her. I felt like she had something to bring to me, and I guess she was meant to be my friend, because that's what happened. We met and we became friends. It really is like it was meant to be.
Yeah,
we all connected like instantly.
Oh yes. Yeah. So how did you two meet? Can you tell the listeners about that?
Well, I was working as just a teller, I guess, at a library, just selling books, selling paper stuff. And Isabelle was the graphic designer at that place, that same place.
It was for a print shop on the back of the store.
So we had a couple businesses in the same building. So we were working for the same owners, just for two different businesses that were linked together.
Okay.
And that's how we met. We were taking our lunch breaks together, but didn't
Not
talk.
talking.
Oh, really? Oh, my God.
We were mostly like, who's that bitch sitting in front of me?
Oh, my God. That's so funny to me because you guys are so close now.
Yeah, but that's how it started. Who's that girl in front of me with that bee face? What does she want? Why can't she smile? Why can't she laugh? That's what was going through my mind.
Shy.
I know. But then we connected through like just an event she was making at her place, and we became friends instantly, and we were both going through some rough times, so it's like we met each other to push us through those rough times together.
Yeah. That's beautiful. So obviously us three, we connect on the level of spirituality. So when you guys met, were you already spiritual?
It was starting.
Starting?
I think we were, but we didn't know.
Okay.
Because I've always had a passion for the universe and like astrology
Okay,
and tarot and that kind of stuff. And she was also into like mediums, like going to see somebody to read tarot. So she was into that as well. But other than that, I think we mostly connected on our past pain.
Oh, okay. So similar trauma, similar.
But we watched The
challenges.
Secret together.
Yeah, that's the
Oh,
first
yeah.
movie we watched.
Okay. Okay. That's
So
really interesting.
we knew kind of what it was, but it's like we discovered at the same time with the same person.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a girl we were working with. She was very, very spiritual and she taught us a lot.
Yeah.
And I feel like she's the one that was meant to put us together so we could grow and expand and explain to other people.
Right.
I don't know. It's like it was a whole purpose for us to meet at that place at that time,
Yeah.
to expand our knowledge on spirituality, because I know stuff that's very different from Isabelle.
Yeah.
And she knows stuff
We
that's very
complete
different.
each other.
That's
Yeah.
really beautiful. Yeah, I think we all have our own version of spirituality and things that we like within spirituality, which is such a vast subject.
It is.
It's very big. But that's really nice that you guys had each other for your spiritual awakening.
Yeah.
And to
Because we
share
went
that.
through together at the same time. It's so weird.
Yeah, like I remember Isabelle calling me crying because she was going through it, and I remember me sending her videos of me crying because I was going through it.
Yeah.
It's not all love and light. That's what people
Oh,
have to
no.
know. It can be
lot
very
of shadow
destructive,
work.
and
Yeah.
shadow work is very important too. For the people who don't know, it's basically facing your own shadow, facing your own pain, your trauma, the parts of yourself that you're ashamed of,
All the triggers.
the
too.
triggers,
Yeah.
and it's integrating that within your own being and becoming more whole. That's a big part of the spiritual journey. Yeah, and I feel like you guys did that together, which is really
Yeah,
nice.
we really did.
Yeah.
Each
Yeah.
step.
Yeah, because I went through some stuff before she did, and she went through some stuff before I did. For example, she switched her career before me, and I'm going through that shift right now.
Wow. Okay.
And she is going through the shift relationship-wise that I went through a
Okay.
couple months ago.
So you needed each other to
Yeah.
understand
Yeah.
what to do and how to handle it.
Because
Yeah.
sometimes I'm going to text her and I'm like, now I understand how you were feeling and why you were acting a certain way.
Yeah.
Because I'm going through it now.
Yeah.
But she's there to help me because she knows exactly how it feels.
Exactly. That's so powerful to have friends that understand what you've been through. And I think that the universe is intentional and things happen with divine timing. So
Yeah.
you meet a certain person is supposed to help you for something, or you mutually help each other. And I think that's kind of why us three, we
Yeah.
met
Yeah.
at this
Yeah.
time, because we're going to help each other.
Because what's the odd? I mean, we're all closely from the same place.
Yeah, up north in the province.
Yeah, and we're all in the same area down south of
Yeah.
the province. So what's the odd that we're all from that same little spot, but we would meet here?
I know. It's
Right?
crazy. It's crazy.
There's something there.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you think about your spiritual journey, your spiritual awakening, what is one of the biggest lessons that you have learned in the past 5 years, let's say?
Choosing you first.
Yeah.
Put
That-
yourself first in every situation.
Just to trust the process,
Just a process.
because not every day is going to be beautiful. Sometimes you're gonna want to give up, but if you truly trust the process, you know greater things are coming, and they will.
They always do.
They always do. So I think trusting the process is one of my biggest lessons, because I'm someone who's very impatient.
Same.
And I don't like waiting, and things take time. That's also a big lesson I've learned, that good things take time,
Oh, yeah.
and that you do need to put in that work in order to be truly happy, because nobody else will create your happiness other than yourself.
Exactly. And I think those two lessons go well together as well. Like learning to put yourself first and not giving all of your time to other people, and then you're completely drained. I mean, it's good to be of service to others, but only when you have filled your own cup.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
important to know where the limit is
Yeah,
as to when you can or cannot be there for someone.
exactly. And one of the practices I like to do lately is, like, let's say I need to vent out to a friend, I'll ask her, like, are you in a space right now to be able to hold my
That's good.
negativity? Because it's not always the case. And I think we have to have that kind of awareness with our friends too.
Mm-hmm.
And for what you were saying too, for trusting the process, especially where we're in a hurry to manifest something, or we want something to happen so bad, we need to release.
Yes. Learn to let it go.
Let it go. We need to release. Like, we're so holding on so tight that the universe can't show us what we really need.
No, because we're having too much attachment to it.
Exactly.
It's when you learn to detach yourself from the outcome that good things will come, because you do not expect them to come.
Yeah.
If you're okay that it doesn't come, that's when it really comes.
Yeah, when you tell yourself, I am okay,
Either way.
whether or this happens or not, you'll get it.
Yeah, it's weird. That's kind of how manifestation works.
Yeah.
It's tricky like that, but yeah.
Sometimes it's just testing you if you really want it.
Yeah, exactly.
And you have to make the difference within your own mind. Is this just a test, or is this really it? But with the spiritual journey, you kind of learn to trust those moments.
Yeah.
And to know if it's the real deal or not.
And to trust your intuition.
Oof, that's
That's
a
a
big
big-
one.
yeah.
Yeah. Knowing the difference between your intuition and your ego is also a big one.
Ooh, yes, that I want to talk about that a little bit. So I think one of the most common questions when it comes to spiritual awakening or your spiritual journey is people mix up their anxiety or their fear with their intuition.
Yes.
So for you guys, what do you think? How do you really discern between the two?
My intuition is very peaceful.
Okay.
There's no anxiety coming with my intuition, because deep down I know. It's a feeling of knowing. When my ego kicks in, it's more so anxiety. The what ifs, or am I really good enough? Questions are asked. And I have a lot of, I don't know, miscommunication in my mind, in my own mind. I know it's my ego.
Yeah.
When I have anxiety, or sometimes, for example, like I remember this specific time, I thought it was my intuition, but it was my ego, because I was trying to sugarcoat on my intuition that it was something else. That's kind of a red flag for me, that it was my ego talking at the time, because I wasn't at peace with my intuition.
Okay.
It was my ego that wanted this so bad that it was sugarcoating my intuition into something else.
Yeah. You were trying to change what was being said to you.
Because inside of me, I was feeling those negative feelings in my intuition that something not wrong, but it wasn't going to end up the way I wanted it to be.
Right.
But my ego didn't want to believe that. My ego wanted the outcome it wanted, so it was trying to go over it.
Yeah.
That's a big flag.
That makes a lot of sense. What about you?
I was listening to a video last week, actually, and it explained that your heart has like a brain.
Right. It has its own
Yeah.
intelligence.
Yeah, so
sure.
when you receive the intuition, you actually receive the intuition in your heart, and then the message goes to your actual brain.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, so when you receive the intuition, it's just like a feeling. It's not, there's no emotion attached to it. It's just a feeling of knowing that's it.
Yeah.
But when you receive the message in your brain, it unzipped the file of the intuition.
Yeah.
And then you attach emotion to it, and that's when you like take like control of like the message you receive, and
You try to change
you try
it.
to change it, or you try to like attach outcomes to it, or you try to change it.
Yeah, because developing your intuition can be really hard at first because you're going to hear things that you don't necessarily want to hear.
Yes.
Yeah. And sometimes the intuition you receive makes absolutely no sense.
Right.
You're just like, why?
Why am I feeling like this? This
Yeah.
makes
Yeah.
no sense.
It
This
makes
is
no
not
sense
how I
that-
imagine things to be.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it's just like, that's the purpose of intuition. It's like sometimes it makes no sense, but you just
you need
gotta
to
trust
trust.
it.
That's a big word for the word
But-
of the day is trust. For
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. Trust and let go.
Trust and let go and choose yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you guys do meditation? I'm just curious.
A little bit,
A little bit.
Yeah.
How did you develop all of this wisdom? Reading books, maybe, or
I think
Oracle
for me,
cards?
yeah, Oracle cards is a big one.
life
but
experience is a.
I
is one
think
of the
for
best
me,
ones.
YouTube is what really opened my eyes because I was at a point where I needed to know more.
Mm-hmm.
And I just researched on YouTube on spiritual subjects, pick a cards, astrology. And I connected myself to those pieces, but also reading books for me, self-development books, is
Yeah.
something that really helps because it makes you connect with your deeper self.
Okay. Yeah.
So I think that's, I wouldn't say wisdom, but that's where I get my knowledge from.
That's really good. What about
Yeah,
you?
it's
Isabelle?
pretty much the same thing. Like, I'm recently more interested in oracle cards and reading on YouTube, but also I do some kind of meditation, but I'm not into like all kinds of meditation yet. I
Okay.
don't know how to receive the message. I don't know how to explain it, but
Okay.
I do meditation just like to go to sleep and just relax.
That's good. That's good.
I'm interested in the frequencies
Oh,
meditation.
yes.
That's something
Yeah.
I do a lot.
Yeah, but like to meditate and try to get messages from spirit guides, or I'm not
You're not there yet.
but
Right.
it's interesting.
It is pretty fascinating. I do love the frequency ones. I listen to the love frequency whenever I'm really
Yeah.
going through something difficult, and it just brings me right back. Like,
I
really
love
quick.
listening to frequencies, especially
Yeah.
when I want to journal, but I don't know what to write about. I
Okay.
just feel like I need to get something out of my chest,
Yeah.
but I can't find the words or pinpoint what emotions I'm feeling. I'm going to go on YouTube and just pick the frequency that relates the most to how I'm feeling. And I'm just going to mostly put my head in a pillow, close my eyes, and I'm just going to focus on it. And then I'm going to write whatever comes to my mind.
I love that.
So
That's a
that's-
beautiful practice.
That's something that my meditation to me is that.
Yes. I mean, for my listeners, journaling is a very, very powerful practice because you're taking something invisible and intangible and
Yeah.
putting it into a physical form. When it comes to manifesting or healing your shadow and all these things, meditation and journaling are very powerful tools.
Yeah, what I like to do recently was to write my intention for the new moons.
Okay.
So when there's a new moon or full moon, it's like the best time to write down your intention for the month.
Oh, wow.
So I like to do that.
I like that.
Yeah.
With the
Write
new
my
moon.
goals and everything that I've been through in the last month and review kind of what I'm expecting for the next month.
Okay.
Like what I need to work on and
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
As women, we're very connected to the moon, the
Mhm.
cycles and everything.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I didn't know you did that.
Yeah. Yeah, the last new moon that was like in August, I did like a session of journaling with candle and crystals
Oh,
and
you did a
I-
ritual there.
yeah,
That's
ritual.
beautiful.
Yeah.
We could do that sometime, us three,
Yeah.
together.
Yes.
That'd be really
would
fun.
awesome.
Maybe next full moon we'll do something.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it was like yesterday, I think.
Yeah, I think it was
Okay.
yesterday. The new moon was yesterday. The
Oh.
super moon.
Super moon. There's
Ooh.
3 super moons.
yeah, until
Next
December.
one is in October, I think.
Yeah.
October, beginning of October. I don't remember.
All
Yeah.
right. Yeah. So we were talking about the self-development books, Amélie,
Yes.
and I want to know, I'm curious to know, what are your favorite books? What is a book that really changed your perspective?
I think the first one, well, it's a French one. I don't know what the English
Oh,
title
you can
would
say it in
be.
French.
It's Amour, Amour, Amour
Okay.
from Lise Bourbeau.
Love, love, love.
Yeah, well, that one really changed my perspective on seeing other people.
How you see other people.
How you see other people
Okay.
and how situations, like seeing situations in other eyes and understanding that we own our feelings. Another book that I really, really liked that really, really helped me is Unfuck Yourself by Gary John
Wow.
Bishop. That one is straight to the point, but I promise you it will do the job. And Girl Wash Your Face
Yeah.
is another one that really helped.
I need to read that one.
Yeah.
Interesting. What about you,
Yeah.
Isabelle?
Well, recently I read the book You Already Know by Ellen Jacobs.
Ooh.
And it's like about spiritual awakening. So it's super, super interesting because she's explaining how she connect with her spirit guides and how she like went through spiritual awakening and how she developed her like clairvoyance and all
Wow.
of that stuff. So it's really interesting.
Mhm.
And since I'm going through like a spiritual awakening, and she explained really all the different phase and all the different stuff that help you grow in that spiritual awakening. So
I
yeah.
love that.
super
Like, as you
interesting.
can see, spirituality can be crystals and clairvoyance
Mhm.
and tarot, but a lot of it is about
It's
trauma.
about you.
It's about healing yourself
Mhm.
and just returning to your wholeness. Because the society we're in, we grow up and we kind of like become fractured,
Mhm.
disconnected from ourselves. We get hurt. And I think the spiritual journey is coming back to yourself. And these books are really powerful tools too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I feel like when you're put on this hurt, you come with the baggage and you come being your true self, but the life journey is all about getting back to your true self.
Exactly.
Because
Exactly.
we experience stuff that will shape us into a different person, but really our life mission is to get back to that state of, I don't know, higher consciousness.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. Is there another book, Isabelle, that you like?
Oh my god, there's so much. What's the name of the book? Not Unfuck Yourself, but the other one, the orange one.
The subtle art of not giving a fuck.
Yeah, that one. Super awesome.
I like how straight to the point it is. That's really cool.
Yeah.
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 It's good. I think reading different perspectives, different spiritual and personal development books is helpful
Mm.
because you expand your consciousness and you open up to new things that you may not have believed in before. Like you were saying,
Mhm.
clairvoyance is, I believe, is completely real thing.
Mhm.
10 years ago, you would have asked me if I believe in that. I would have said no. It's just like when you have an experience and
Mm.
it opens your eyes and you can't go back to what you thought
No.
before.
No, you can't. Once your eyes are opened, you can't close them. They're
Exactly.
open forever.
Yeah, it's like your consciousness, like once it's stretched out, you
Yeah.
can't go back
Yeah.
to the box that you were in before.
Because you see everything differently.
You do, and that's, if somebody were to ask me like what changed,
Mhm.
is my
Mhm.
my perception of reality.
Mhm.
Yep.
Is
And
that
about
the same
your
for
own
you
self,
guys?
too.
Yeah.
You what?
My perception of my own self too.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because I see myself as my true self rather than someone who's shy, who's this or who's that. You know, we put all those negative labels on ourselves growing up.
Mm-hmm.
But now I see myself for who I really am, and I think
Yes.
that's very powerful.
It is absolutely powerful.
It's like we were creating labels based on other people's opinion when
Yeah.
we were young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a saying that goes, I'm not what I think I am. I am what I think you think I am. I don't know if you ever heard that.
Yep.
Mhm.
It's but it's that psychology. We think that we are what people think we are, but really we're so much more than that.
Oh, yeah.
So much more.
Yeah. There's a song I used to listen to. It was like, I'm not who you think I am. I'm so much more. It's like an affirmation song.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool, but she's
Empowering.
just singing about everything she is. It's very cool.
I love that.
Yeah.
So, okay, so you guys, we met through Reiki. We both have a podcast on spirituality and all these cool things. So when you think about the future, the next 5 years, 10 years, do you have any projects in mind or things that you want to accomplish in the world?
I do.
Okay, go first.
I do. Well, obviously, I'm someone who is very in tune with myself, and that's something I want to develop even more.
Mm-hmm.
So in the next 5 years, if I could picture myself there, I wouldn't be working in an office anymore. I'd be working by myself, helping other people through my experiences, through my knowledge, everything about wellness. That's something I would like to share with people. Me and Isabelle would be very successful with our podcast, and I'd have a blog because that's something I want to do, just to share my ideas. I really see myself living from my purpose, which is, I don't know fully yet, but obviously something with helping others discovering who they truly are.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like the same thing for me, because like in the past 5 years I changed career because it was more aligned with my purpose. So 5 years ago I had like breadcrumbs of like little details that was my life purpose, but I didn't know fully what it was yet.
Right.
But now I know what I need to do, but you still discover
As you go.
But so now I have my own business since last year, so I want to continue with that, and I want to continue to influence people with self-confidence and kind of like influencer, but
Right.
not really, but like
In a way,
you just share your thoughts about self-confidence and self-love, and I want to maybe go deeper into the spiritual world. So maybe, I don't know if I will do like Reiki or something like that, but just like something to ground myself a little bit more, just like do it for me. And if I feel comfortable do it for other people, maybe I could like do that with my aesthetic stuff.
Oh,
so
nice. That would be really cool.
yeah, so I like to mix and match like all my interests in my business. So
Yeah.
I like to do a lot of different things. So
That's beautiful.
I'm just seeing myself like continue in that direction, and whatever happens. And
It's important to
Yeah.
stay aligned and being true to yourself. And
Yeah.
I think that's one of the biggest lessons.
yeah.
And I find it very beautiful that you two are committed to do that.
Well, you are too. I feel like we're all going in the same
Thank you.
direction, but
We
in
are.
different aspects. Like
Yeah.
you're doing healing. Isabelle is more with self-confidence. I'm, I don't know, more into another aspect, but I also love to use cards.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be beautiful.
'Cause
Yeah. Amélie is good with reading cards.
apparently,
Oh,
Yeah, she's
you could
really
offer that
good.
as a service.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I feel like we all complement each other.
For
Yeah.
sure. I have no doubt in my mind that you two will be very, very successful in anything you take on. And
Thank you.
I mean, your podcast is amazing already. And think about like the power of having a voice and
Yeah.
speaking up about the things
Speak
you
your truth.
But that's
Exactly.
something actually that came up in your sessions, I think, with both
Yeah.
of us, that we were going to share a voice.
Yeah.
Yes, that's important.
Yeah.
We have a voice and we have power, and just like creating this little podcast episode, it creates ripples within
Exactly.
the universe. You don't know how many people you'll touch at the end of it all.
Because we're doing it with no intentions really of reaching a certain amount of people, or our intention is solely to join or reach the people that really wants it.
That need the message.
Yeah. And
Yes.
that way I feel like that's how we will touch more.
Exactly.
And
If you
that
stay-
was our life purpose,
Yeah.
kind of like
it is
to share our experiences of the past years.
connecting to your heart and staying intentional about that is everything. And I think with visualization and staying true to
Yes.
yourself, you guys will accomplish everything that you want to do in life. I have no doubt.
Thank you. That goes to you as well.
Thank
You're
you.
very driven, so that's a
thanks.
good aspect to have.
Thank you so much. So I'm so glad I got to have you guys on my podcast. Before I go, I want to ask you guys, what is your definition of a goddess?
Ooh, interesting. Okay, I have to think about it for a little minute.
Okay,
So
no
I can
rush.
so I can put my French thoughts into this. Do you have anything that comes to your mind right away?
I don't know. The only word that comes to my mind is confidence.
I love that.
For me, it's powerful, being
Powerful.
strong,
Yeah.
being true to yourself, because that's how you shine your light. Like a goddess is so confident, so true to her, that she doesn't need to put much efforts to shine her light and affect people and, have a positive outcome on the world.
That's
I don't know.
beautiful. Yes.
I see a goddess almost as an angel,
Mhm.
very
Yeah.
full of light, full of purity, full of love.
Confidence,
Yeah.
fire. I feel like you two are goddesses.
We all three.
Oh, thank you. All right. Well, thank you so much for listening. And I'm so happy I got to have these beautiful guests talk about their experience and their knowledge. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sending you all of the love, all of the light, and the Reiki energy. And talk to you guys soon. Bye.